You're watching our non-stop coverage here on CNN News 18 as the West Asia conflict enters a dangerous new phase. It's day 4 and there is no let-up as far as the Iran versus US-Israel fight is concerned. There are major claims that are being traded across both sides, across land and sea. Iran has now shut down the Strait of Hormuz. It's the channel for 20 to 30% of global oil supply. Gulf countries are going to feel the heat. The rest of the world is going to feel the heat because the price of crude oil is going to go up, eventually have a domino effect for the rest of the world as well. The United States and its assets and its embassies are feeling the heat across that West Asia region. In fact, the US Embassy in Jerusalem has told its citizens that it is not in a position to assist with evacuations. They've in fact left their citizens to fend themselves there, urging them to make their own arrangements. This is a war that Donald Trump started but has no respite or has no backup plan to ensure that his citizens are back safe in the United States. Meanwhile, in the UAE, Dubai authorities have warned residents and social media influencers against filming or sharing videos of these security-sensitive incidents, including anti-aircraft fire and missile interceptions. But the fight is going on between all sides. Tehran Times just a short while ago put out images, put out videos of what they claimed were latest attacks across Gulf regions. We saw a similar attack on a port in Oman. We saw a similar attack in the UAE as well, and this is what is unfolding. In fact, Riya is now joining us, taking us through all of what the defining moments have been of day 4 of the war.
Absolutely. And Poonam, we have the video wall right here behind me. In fact, we are just going to be putting out these visuals of every kind of escalation that we have managed to in fact capture. And this is the latest piece of breaking news that we are getting. US Embassy in Riyadh has been hit by 2 Iranian drones. That something was a big development that happened that came in early in the morning. And now, in fact, we are on camera getting you these visuals of the area surrounding the US Embassy in the diplomatic quarter in Riyadh in Saudi Arabia after it was targeted by the 2 Iranian drones. If we play that out once again, you see March 3rd, and this is the visuals from the embassy in Riyadh, and this is right after the strike. Remember, the official response that's coming in from Saudi Arabia is that this is a minor damage that has in fact this drone strike has resulted in, and this is what we are in fact seeing. So Poonam, these visuals, as we in fact put these out for the viewers, if you can just come along here and see what do we have, because officially the word that's coming in from Saudi Arabia is that this is a minimum damage that happened despite the dramatic footage that was released early this morning as far as the twin drone attack by Iran.
And that's what Saudi Arabia and other Gulf nations have also maintained, that the damage is minimal. Many of those drones have been intercepted. We also have to be careful of the fact that both sides are making claims that support their sort of narrative.
Absolutely.
So Iran has been putting out videos in which they've been showing that there have been attacks on US assets, on military assets of the Gulf nations. But we are seeing both sides, from Saudi Arabia to Oman to UAE to the United States, claiming that all of these claims made by Iran are nothing but exaggeration. In fact, Rahul Shivshankar also now joins us, getting us more perspective on this. And Rahul, as far as these attacks, like I said, it's a narrative war as well. It's not just a war that plays out on the battlefield, but also in the cyberspace.
You know, what's really intriguing me is that Saudi Arabia, as you know, has a defense pact with the great Pakistan. So where is Pakistan? Why hasn't Pakistan entered the equation? Why hasn't it lived up to its own side of the bargain, Poonam? And that's fundamentally the question. No one is being able to sort of address this. It's the elephant in the room. Pakistan and Saudi Arabia, after Op Sindhu, decided that they were going to go into a pact, an agreement, a military pact, that if you attack one, it's considered an attack on the other. It was a kind of brotherly equation that they had forged. And it was a mutual defense pact. And now fundamentally, there is no commitment from Pakistan. Has Pakistan either chickened out? Is it too undependable? Is it too broke? Or was this pact really, at the end of the day, more about optics and symbolism than about intent? I've got some reasons that might sort of square, and I've been sort of writing this piece since the morning. First of all, there is no publicly available clause mandating immediate deployment, immediate troop deployment. So while the pact was signed, there was a huge photograph, and you remember those pictures of Shehbaz Sharif and at that time, of course, MBZ all of them, MBS rather, standing together, shaking hands over that pact. Nothing much has come out of it. You also had, of course, General Munir talking to his counterpart, and then it was signed very theatrically, and those pictures were then broadcast all over the world. And many people, including many here in India, were sort of a little worried about this pact, but it's going nowhere. Pakistan sits on the edge. So this is one aspect of it. Precedent, of course, matters. In 2015, I remember, and this is something that I've dug out, Pakistan's parliament voted against, in fact, joining the Saudi-led Yemen campaign. So that was also very interesting. The Pakistanis obviously have equations on both sides. So they have equations with the Saudis, but they also have equations with the Iranians. And they don't want to sort of at any level pick a side here. Remember, Pakistan has also been saying that it's very, very wary about allowing overflight rights or airspace, or giving its airspace to the US war effort. And just like the United States is upset with the UK for not providing Diego Garcia, we are hearing that there are a number of voices from within the US establishment upset with Pakistan for not giving overflight rights to US aircraft to go and attack, as you know, eastern Iran. It's one area where there hasn't been much targeting, and a lot of forces of the Iranians have moved to eastern Iran because they see that there is a little area for them there to seek refuge. So this is really fundamental. It's a great question, and on the back of this, a lot of this has come out. Of course, that attack on the Ras Al Khaimah port, that's a big one in Oman, because once again, it is a tactical strike, Poonam. And those are the pictures that we're seeing on our screens. That is a tactical strike. Already oil has gone up by 5%. Yesterday there was another spurt in oil prices. The Iranians are thinking that, look, they can actually punish the war effort. They can escalate costs here using low technology drones and targeting all this oil infrastructure. Back to you.
Right, absolutely. Rahul, thank you so much for putting things into perspective. And we were just discussing, Poonam, this entire fog of war and how the narratives that are coming in from each side will be catering to their respective domestic audience. So the version has also come in from Pakistan as well on a possibility that they will be sending out their military assets to Saudi Arabia. But